Hey everyone, I hope that you're all doing well today. It's Amber and today we'll be looking into where your ideal place to live is. So I have 3 different groups for you to choose from today. So I have pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. And as well as looking into where your ideal place is, I'll also be looking into what your lifestyle is likely to look like there and what sort of blessings and opportunities are available for you there. Take a moment, tap into your intuition and pick the pile that you feel most drawn to. So on the thumbnail there are 3 different images, so if you want to take a look at the thumbnail, pick the image that you feel most drawn to, or feel free to pick multiple images if you feel drawn to them. So without further ado, we'll go into it and start with you, group number 1. Hi group number 1, I hope that you're all doing well today. Thank you so much for being here. So let's have a look for you. So please show me, Spirit, where is group number 1's most ideal place to live? Please show me, Spirit. Okay, so we have child, we have snake, and we have whips, and book, stork, birds, heart, letter, and map. Okay. So for some reason I heard that you would be most suited to living on an island, right? Or in a small community of people, right? I see you, like, for example, think Jersey, think the Isle of Wight or something like that. But it could just be like any sort of island, off, mainland, right? Or it could be the Canary Islands or something like that. Basically what I'm hearing is that you would be better suited to a place where there's a smaller, more tight-knit community. Okay, I feel as though a lot of you who have chosen group number 1, you're very sociable people, okay? And you absolutely thrive on connecting with others and forming close connections with others, right? So I do feel that living in a community like this is really going to be beneficial to your overall happiness and your overall well-being. I see you really thriving in a place where it doesn't even necessarily have to be like an island as such, but it could be like, like a small village, right? Like in the middle of nowhere. Basically somewhere that's quite disconnected from, like the main city or like the main place, right? Because I feel that your soul really like craves like close social connections. I don't necessarily feel that you're extroverted. I mean, that may be the case, but I feel that you're a more introverted person and you prefer like more one-on-one conversations. You prefer truly connecting with people, right? And these sorts of environments are just really going to help you feel content in your relationships, right? Because I see you being given the opportunity to really connect with people, like truly, like, sometimes you live in a city, right? Like, for example, I remember once for a while, when I went to university, I lived in London, right? Okay, and when I moved there, it's like there's no time to like talk to anyone. There's no time to connect with anyone. Like everyone's like rushing, going to wherever they're going, right? They're so like focused on themselves, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like some people absolutely thrive in that sort of environment, but because everyone's like so like busy and focused on getting things done, going to their place, right? There's no time to like just stop and truly connect with people, right? And it can create this sense of loneliness, okay? And that's something that I experience. So I feel that this is coming through, because it seems that you could have a tendency to also feel lonely in that sort of environment. Okay, some people may thrive on that, but I feel that you know, crave, you know, more intimate social connections, right? And this is why living in like a small, tight-knit community, like in a village somewhere, or like on an island, like a small island with a very small population, would be absolutely ideal for you. I am also getting the message that you would be happier and more content somewhere warm, somewhere with a more temperate environment, okay? So, like I said, I feel that like living on the Canary Islands would be absolutely ideal for you, right? Because, you know, they're like really, you know, warm, temperate climate there. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you in regards to places. So let's have a look into what your lifestyle is likely to look like there. What sort of blessings and opportunities will come about from living in this place. So let's have a look for you. Okay, so Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Justice, Ten of Cups, the Fool, King of Wands, Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands, and also the Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah, one message that's coming through is that I get the sense that you would form a very close group of friends with people. I feel that I see you really having a very deep emotional bond with like a small group of people, and I see you being able to, you know, really truly connect with one another and really truly open up to one another. I feel like there'll be this really strong sense of trust within this group that you find in this place, and I feel that it's likely going to be a group of females. Okay, I feel that you will form a very close, tight-knit circle, right? And I see you being given the opportunity to work with women as well. I feel that I basically see you forming this career path, right, where you are helping a lot of women. So I feel that for some of you, for some reason I just heard gynecology. I feel that you would have this great opportunity to, you know, work in the field of gynecology, or perhaps, you know, make a business like that's focused on promoting women's like health, especially related to their gynecological health, or it could be some sort of other like female, you know, health issue, right? And I feel that you would absolutely thrive and build this amazing career like helping women. I do feel like that this career could also be related to healing as well, like energy healing, like Reiki or massage therapy, or, you know, a career where you're like doing talking therapy as well, like counselling, psychology, psychiatry. I see you really thriving in the career in this place for some reason, like, and you will absolutely prosper from it. And not only that, it will be very emotionally fulfilling as well. I feel that in these places you would experience a lot of emotional fulfillment, right? Like more so than like financial fulfillment, right? That's not to say you won't be financially successful. It's just that it seems like your focus will more be on having good experiences and having good relationships in your life rather than, you know, money, okay? It seems that this would absolutely take priority in your life, and I feel that that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all, because I feel that a lot of times, you know, people can like waste their lives like just trying to succeed, right? Rather than trying to, I suppose, focusing on like the small, like simple pleasures that life can offer, or relationships, right? And it does seem that in these places you'll be able to, you know, enjoy like a slower, more simple way of living, right? And that's going to be very freeing for you, right? I feel that you'll have a lot of freedom in this place. Like, you'll have a lot of freedom to follow a career path that you find truly emotionally fulfilling, right? You'll have the freedom to do what you love day in, day out, okay? And I see you being given the opportunity to go out and have fun with friends and stuff. Like, rather than, you know, constantly, like, working and, you know, engaging in the daily grind, right? You'll just be given a lot more freedom to move away from that, right? And you'll have a very, very enjoyable life here. I'm also getting the message that a lot of you do or will or want to work in the legal field. You know, perhaps being a lawyer or a barrister or a solicitor or something like that. And I sense that if you were to move to this place, you would see a lot of success in that career path as well. Like, as well as, you know, a career path, you know, in a healing in some way, you would see success in that career path as well. And once again, I feel that if you were to pursue a career path in that field over in the places I mentioned, I do get the sense that it will be a very emotionally fulfilling career path, right? Because I do get the sense that you'll be helping others day in, day out, and that is something that will truly bring you joy, right? And it will truly give you a lot of intrinsic motivation, right? So naturally, you're going to be very successful at this. I see that you would also have a very fulfilling, pleasant, harmonious family life in the places I mentioned. I do get the sense that if you are single, right, you would meet someone who you would have a very fulfilling, you know, emotionally connected, harmonious relationship with. And I feel that you would meet someone who is very kind, very caring, is very, very emotionally invested in you, someone who absolutely prioritizes you and puts you above all else, right? And if you are currently with someone, and for example you were to move to this place with someone you're currently with, I feel that it would really benefit your relationship. I feel that it would increase the level of romance in your relationship, and you would find that you would have more time to emotionally connect with one another on a deep level, and naturally all these amazing romantic experiences would come about between you and them, right? I do feel that I don't know why I just keep seeing images of like beaches as well. I feel like that could be like a place where you go to a lot in these places, right? Especially with like your friends and a romantic partner. I see you spending a lot of time there. I feel like you'll be given the freedom to, you know, just relax on the beach a lot, you know, which would be amazing for you. I'm also seeing you, you know, have a lot of pets as well in that place. I feel like that's more for a smaller group of you. I feel that I see you having a lot of animals, right? And I get the sense that you'll never feel lonely, you'll never feel alone, right? Like, because you'll have like all these like pets around you, you have like loads of friendships around you, and you'll have a very fulfilling relationship in these places, you're just not going to feel lonely. You're going to feel very connected with other people, you know? And you're going to feel so, you know, fulfilled, like, emotionally in your relationships. So yeah, that is what I am seeing for you here, group number 1. I really hope that this reading has been helpful and insightful for you. I hope they have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hey group number 2, I hope that you're all doing well today. Thank you so much for being here. So let's have a look. Where is your ideal place to live? Let's see for you. So please show me, Spirit, where is group number 2's ideal place to live? Please show me, Spirit. Okay, so we have tower, we have tree, we have key, we have man, we have mice, we have heart, we have coffin, we have whips, a whip, and the fish. Okay. So for some reason I am hearing Cornwall. I'm also hearing like ocean living. So I do feel that you would absolutely thrive in any sort of city or town by the ocean, okay? But I'm specifically hearing Cornwall, okay, in the UK. I really do get the sense that you would absolutely thrive in an environment that's quite natural, right? You'd thrive by nature, okay? I feel that being in like a city with very little trees or fresh air will absolutely be detrimental to you, okay? I say detrimental because I feel that, not necessarily like in a way that really harms you, right? But I mean that it's going to make you feel stifled. It's going to make you feel like you can't breathe in those sorts of environments, right? Like, it could be the case where some people really like, you know, being in cities where there's lots of buildings and lots of people and lots of like trains and buses and stuff, but I feel that you would thrive more like in an atmosphere where you can, you know, see nature, right? Like, there's very few like houses, very few like people everywhere. I feel that it's very important that you are by nature, because I feel that that is the way you feel most connected to your spirituality. And I do get the sense that being in like more natural environments is better for your soul overall, right? For you at least. Not everyone, but for you, I feel that you're more able to have a conversation with your higher self and a conversation with your guides, you know, when there's very little, you know, distractions, and when you're by nature, right? Like, messages seem to come in more easily for you. I just heard as well that a lot of you just like doing things in more natural environments, like going for walks, you know, in forests, going for walks, you know, in woodlands, you know, taking swims in like lakes and rivers and oceans. And I do feel like, obviously being by the ocean, you would be able to do that. So anywhere you can think of by the ocean, but like I said, specifically Cornwall, I feel that you would absolutely thrive there because of these factors, because you would be given the opportunity to spend time in nature there. And for some reason, I'm just getting the message that that place specifically is where you'd prefer like the aesthetic of it. I feel that you would come across the most, you know, at least what you think of as the most beautiful environments, right? Like, someone might go to, I don't know, like Spain or Canada, right, and they think, oh my goodness, like the scenery here is just so amazing and beautiful. But I feel that like in Cornwall, you would look at the scenery and think, oh my goodness, like this is the most like beautiful, stunning scenery I've seen, right? So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you for your specific place. Let's get some tarot cards and see what sort of opportunities and blessings living there would bring. So please show me, Spirit, what opportunities and blessings would this bring for pile number 2 if they live there? Okay. Okay, so we have the Hierophant, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Emperor, we have Strength, we have 8 of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords, we have 6 of Cups, we have Judgment, and we also have the 3 of Wands. Okay, so I think that's really interesting. The Hierophant came out, right? Because like I said, I feel that in these places you feel, you know, more connected to spirit. You feel more connected to your higher self and your guides. And I feel that the Hierophant coming out here absolutely confirms that, right? I do get the sense that in this place, you would absolutely get in touch with, you know, your more spiritual side. You'll get in touch with your spirituality. And I do see that for a lot of you, you would be given the opportunity to connect with a group of like-minded people who share your spiritual practices, people who share your spiritual beliefs, right? You might sometimes think to yourself, you know, you are quite alone in your spiritual practices sometimes, because you might see that they're somewhat unusual or different, and you can't quite fit into. It's like I feel that you have like multiple different belief systems, right? And you sometimes find that you don't quite fit into one spiritual group, because it seems like you have like a seemingly contradictory like practice or belief, right? So for example, you could be like a Christian, right? But you could also like practice witchcraft, right? And those two things don't typically go together, right? That's just an example, but it seems like you have like these two spiritual practices and beliefs that don't typically go together, right? But I feel that in this place you would absolutely find a group where these sorts of unusual spiritual practices are combined with one another. And right now you may be thinking, oh, I'm like the only one who like practices this or believes this. But in this new place, it's like you'll feel at home. You'll feel like at home around people who share these sort of somewhat unusual and contradictory like spiritual beliefs and practices, right? You'll be like, oh my goodness, like I'm so glad I've like actually found someone who is like me, someone who like actually believes like the quote unquote like weird things I believe, right? And this will absolutely just give you such a sense of assurance and belonging that you might find quite hard to find anywhere else, right? I do get the sense that you would also enjoy better, you know, health, and you would feel, you know, stronger physically as well as spiritually, right? Because I feel that being in nature is very important for your overall well-being, right? For some reason, I'm just getting that message for you guys, like it is. And I feel that just from like being able to walk out in nature a lot, being able to like swim with nature or whatever else in nature, right? This is actually going to have such a profound impact on your overall physical health, right? Obviously, you know, take that with a grain of salt. You know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health professional, okay? But that is just a message that's coming through with the tarot, right? I do feel that you're just overall you'll just have more vitality. You'll feel like more motivation. You'll feel just stronger, basically. You'll feel more able to take on like more challenging tasks in your day-to-day life, right? Like, sometimes you may think to yourself, you know, I'm not able to, you know, take this on right now. It's just too much effort. It's just too much work for me. Or you may be like scared to, you know, confront certain things, right? Like confront certain people or ask for things, right? But I feel that in these sorts of places, you'll feel more able to take on certain challenges and stand up for yourself more, you know, and ask more from others, right? And naturally, this is just going to have a profound impact on your overall quality of life, okay? Because you'll ask for more, right? And you'll be more willing to speak up about your needs. Ultimately, that's going to lead you to get your needs met. I do feel that some of you who are watching this, you perhaps have a tendency to not ask others or tell others how you're truly, like ask for things from others or tell others how you're truly feeling, because you may be like afraid of pushback from them, right? But in these places, it seems like you'll be given like the strength and vitality to actually put your needs forward, and you won't be scared to. And this is just going to allow your needs and your desires to be met, basically. You'll ask more from others, you'll ask more from life, and you're going to be given what you want, basically. I'm also getting the message that you would have a very successful business in these places if you were to set up one or open one in these places. I feel that you would gain a very strong reputation for yourself. You'd be like the absolute go-to person in the field that you worked in or the business that you set up. So that could be basically in anything, like any sort of niche that you have a desire to set a business up in. You would absolutely be the go-to person in that niche or field, right? And people would just like really admire and trust and respect you. So you'd have a lot of people, you know, flocking to you for business, right? You'd form a lot of loyal customers, right? I see you would have the opportunity to really set up a really strong, loyal customer base, basically. So naturally, any sort of business endeavour that you did in these places would just really take off. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you here, group number 2. I really hope that this reading has been helpful and insightful for you. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! Hey group number 3, I hope that you're all doing well today. Thank you so much for being here. So let's have a look into where your ideal place to live is. Okay, so please show me, where is group number 3's most ideal place to live is? Please show me, Spirit. Okay, so dog, scythe, whip, house, garden, bear, fish, lilies, bouquet. Okay. So I'm getting a message for a lot of you. Your ideal place to live is in a cooler more northern climate, okay? I'm getting countries like Canada, right? I'm getting countries like, you know, Norway and Sweden, Iceland and stuff like that, like Nordic countries, right? I feel that you would absolutely thrive and be so happy in these sorts of environments, okay? I feel that you would absolutely love the aesthetic of these environments. I feel that, you know, these environments and the way they look would just make you feel so at peace, so at ease, right? And I feel like you would absolutely love the atmosphere of it. This might be like, you know, a more niche prediction, but I do feel that a lot of you would be really well suited to living on some sort of farmland, living on some sort of farm, right? Or at least some sort of like old farmhouse or something like that. I mean, that might not be for all of you, but like I said, I'm getting that message for at least some of you, right? I'm just getting this message like you would absolutely love like the whole like cozy atmosphere of these environments, like, you know, being inside like a nice, you know, warm home, like we're outside, like inside away from the cold, right? You're just fine. I feel like you would find it like really like, you know, cozy and atmospheric, and I think that you would absolutely love being in that sort of environment. Okay, so let's see what sort of blessings and opportunities await you in these places. Okay, so please show me, Spirit, what sort of blessings and opportunities will come about for group number 3 if they were to be in these places? Okay, so we have 6 of Cups, we have Judgment, we have King of Swords, 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups. I love how the 4 of Cups came out. And look at the image on the card. Look, what I just said. Like, you'd love, like, the whole, like, being inside, like, a nice cozy home where it's all, like, cold or perhaps, you know, rainy out there, right? Like, I feel that imagery just, like, really confirms, like, the message that just came through, which is nice. We have the Devil. We have Temperance. We have this one. Okay. Cool. Right. So, I am getting a message. Like what I was saying, I do feel like you would absolutely just love your home life in these places. I feel as though you would, you know, find that you connect to a more like simple way of living, right? This is a similar message to group number 1, but like in a slightly different way, right? I feel that you would absolutely, you know, connect with like not connect with, that's probably the wrong word. I feel that you would really enjoy and discover, like, you know, the joys and, you know, comfort from being inside the home, right? Because I feel that, you know, for some of you who perhaps don't live in this sort of environment, like, you may not have time or been given the opportunity to really, you know, enjoy like just everyday like home living. It's like you may spend a lot of time outside of the home, right? But I feel that in these environments you'd be given the opportunity to work from home, you know, if you don't already do that. But if you don't already do that, I feel like that's something you could get into in these places, and you would just really, you know, enjoy being able to work from the comfort of your own home. doing your own thing, working on whatever you wanted to work on, like being your own boss. And I feel that you just really enjoy like home comforts in these places, right? Like I feel that you'll just really enjoy, you know, getting cozy, staying in, like having a nice like hot drink, stuff like that, and just getting like really nice, I see you like getting really nice home items for yourself, like, and taking a lot of naps and just, you know, sort of lazing about at home. I see you being able to like have the opportunity to do that in these places, right? And you'd really enjoy it, right? Not, we don't always have the opportunity to, you know, relax and enjoy these things, but in these places, like, I feel that you'd be doing that a lot and you'd absolutely love it, you'd absolutely enjoy it. And like I said, I'm also seeing it, like I was saying, like some of you, this place in the that could involve you living in some sort of farmland, right? Like I feel that it could be like an equestrian farm. Like you could perhaps, you know, have the opportunity to work in like an equine care, if that's like the term for it, like working with horses. Like some of you may like already be into horses and stuff, but I see you being able to like work with horses in these places. Like you'd perhaps like get a little like mini house to yourself, like on this farmland, and you'd live on this farmland and be able to, you know, just like work with horses and stuff like that. Or it could be like another form of animal, like perhaps, you know, cows or something like that. And I do feel like you'd really enjoy, you know, working with the animals. And I am getting the message that a lot of you like are into horses and stuff. And for some reason, I feel that you'd be given like the opportunity to like teach other people like how to ride horses, or you could, you know, just be given the opportunity to, you know, ride horses yourself all day and like look after horses. And I feel that, yeah, you'd absolutely love it. You'd absolutely really like thrive. You'd enjoy it so much. Like it's the sort of job that would offer like a lot of, you know, freedom. Because I feel that you wouldn't, in this sort of situation, you wouldn't be expected to like work all day, but you'd be able to kind of like, to an extent, choose like when you worked and like what you did that day. You'd be given a lot of like personal power. I'm getting a strong message that a lot of you would be able to work independently in these places. Like you would be your own boss essentially. Like I see you, you know, running your own business, or, you know, being in like a setup like on a farm like I just described, right? Like maybe working like with some people, but ultimately you would be like working for yourself. You would absolutely, you know, be your own boss, right? That's the main message I'm getting. I'm also getting the message that you would be completely content like being independent and being single and being by yourself. That's not to say you necessarily will be single, right? But I feel that in these places you would be like stepping into your own personal power more. And sometimes you may feel a bit like incomplete, you know, without someone. But I feel that in these places it's like you'd like step into your personal power and you wouldn't feel like you need anyone. You'd suddenly feel this like inner contentment with yourself. You would feel like just so happy, you know, doing your own thing, living your own life. So it's like you wouldn't feel like you needed anyone at all, and that will just make you feel like so empowered, right? It would just make you feel so like fulfilled with yourself, right? And you may have been in situations before where you felt like you almost didn't like it when, you know, you were trying to make something work with someone like in a romantic way, and they may not have given you the time of day, and you may have like been like, oh, I wish I wasn't so like, you know, needy or something like that. But I feel like in this place it's like you wouldn't ever feel that neediness towards someone. Like that, take that as it resonates. Like that's not even necessarily a bad thing, but it just make you feel better in yourself, right? Like, because it's not nice, like, you know, giving your power away to someone like who doesn't, you know, give you anything back, right? It's not a nice feeling. But in this place, it's like people would like really like admire and respect you more. Like, you'll get more attention from people, right? Like I was saying, I don't necessarily feel like you would be single, but because you'll be so like independent in your own personal power, right, that's gonna make you so like attractive to people. Like, people will be like at your feet. People will be like, oh, I really want you because I can't get you, kind of thing. Like, you'll be seen as this like forbidden fruit. So I feel that your relationships will ultimately be more fulfilling, and they would progress a lot faster in these places, I sense. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you here, group number 3. I really hope that this reading has been helpful and insightful for you. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!